can do, but better.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
like sure, Riptide gets a lot of agility with the passive, and he can like dive in, but like Corrupted can also gain a bunch of damage and and do a lot more damage.
Yeah, and Riptide in general, like if you have a bad game as a Riptide, your game is just kind of over.
Yeah.
You don't do anything anymore.
Exactly, because you just get shut down really quickly, and it's all.
And like
all
if you
can
could
do.
snowball somehow with that hero, sure he can do a lot, but if you get dual lanes in the mid lane, you also don't get anything. And it's a hero that you can only really run in the mid lane because you need the water, you need the
you need water.
Yeah.
Because it's only middle lane that has that water right there, and it's I agree. I don't think Riptide is the greatest. He's not the greatest either in mid wars, and he's not the greatest either in FOC. He's just lacking a bit of just lacking a bit, I feel.
Yeah, I think his game plan is like very predictable and very counterable.
Let's get it on.
So like of course the Q can of course do a lot, especially also because it does like slow attack speed by 20%, which is quite good.
That's not bad. That's not a bad ability, but it is. And it's single target, and it's not like it does a lot of damage, but it's only single target. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest ability either. It's not like.
And the Plague Rider I usually only see like doing well against something like an Ophelia. It's picked as a counter to that quite often, where you gather up Ophelia creeps and Plague Rider looks at you with like those money-loving eyes, and he just my carry lost it. Sunk buff flaming is scary already. Yeah, this is going to be a Ra going solo bottom against Deadwood. I think Deadwood is like not going to necessarily win that, but once Deadwood hits level 6, that is probably going to be dead Ra. And Madman going on an adventure.
Yeah, I mean I'm not judging if he wants to. It's good. It's good to run around. It's good for cardio.
Exactly. He's exploring the enemy jungle, and he's gonna run into the Geomancer here. He's not actually gonna be able to pull because of that. Geomancer saying hi. And a Pearl plus a Madman in the top lane now. I feel like there is a little bit of either hesitation or confusion going on in the Legion side.
They're not quite sure of their strategy right now. Looks like they're kind of.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I'm also not sure that they're sure what they're trying to do.
But if they're not sure, then the enemy isn't sure either, right?
Oh, so that's their strategy, right?
Yeah, that's the strategy.
You can't predict a Madman.
Exactly.
In both senses of the word.
Smart,
but if you want to really have a good shot at winning this game as the Legion side here, I would say you need to get to the late game with the Madman.
Oh, yeah.
In the late game, Madman can do a lot.
Yeah, Madman late game is unstoppable.
Yeah. Actually, in the bottom lane, Deadwood is taking a lot of damage from the Amon Ra, and he's actually tanking the tower now. Ra is taking a lot of turn damage, but it's not enough. The Pearl rotation actually makes it so that the Frenchman feeds.
Middle lane, the Geos might get caught here.
Geomancer does have a stun though, so...
He is running away. He does manage to run away there.
Yeah, and they've been putting a lot of pressure on this Riptide. He's actually all out of blights, but because the Geomancer rotated to the mid lane because they figured out, okay, there's not much for me to do top lane. And Madman is actually solo in the top lane now, while the Pearl and the Amon Ra, look at this. They're completely boxing out Deadwood.
My God. What that is nasty. Oh, poor Deadwood.
Yeah, because like Pearl just does a lot of damage with his Q. It's 140 damage level 1. So 120.
Raw Aura just kind of lets him just like kill the creeps there.
And like heal quite a bit. He doesn't really care about tanking creeps that much because he has 4 HP regen. Exactly. And Deadwood just kind of gets run down.
Can't do anything.
And actually Deadwood might be in a lot of trouble here, because that is indeed another Pearl Q and W. But he does have his Q up still. And he has a potion. So he's gonna get a couple of last hits here, which is definitely helpful for him. In the meanwhile, we see where is Geomancer. Geomancer is back in the mid lane. Madman is completely boxed out from the top lane. Currently only has 100 GPM.
And it's not looking for the Madman.
No. But like on average, they're still doing fine because Ra is 500 GPM.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
like Ra is not necessarily the hero you wanna like get that much farm on.
Yeah. Like sure he'll be tanky and he'll be really annoying, but he's not gonna be able to kill all the enemy completely.
No, especially like Swiftblade. Swiftblade just is gonna melt him.
Oh yeah.
And Ra does now 0 damage to the Swiftblade. And like the bubbles is hard to kill for the Ra. The Geomance is hard to kill. Even Deathwood might just run away. Now they are actually doing quite well in the mid lane for now. Of course, the Riptide has not that high GPM, but the bubbles and the Geomance are getting kind of out harassed by the Plague Rider right now.
Which is, I mean, that's good. Let's go for the Riptide. Riptide might be able to get enough farm to put even more pressure.
Exactly. But they need to really start winning, like hardcore winning some lanes. Because they are not getting anything in the top lane. And while Madman not getting anything is quite bad for them, Deathwood not really getting anything and level 6 means that he is still going to just one-shot people with that ultimate. Because Plague Rider is a free kill. Riptide is even a free kill because Riptide cannot W out of the root. Madman even is a free kill if you have dust.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people are just free kills, and I mean it still like scales off of strength. So if Raw for some reason goes a bunch of strength items, they can still like wipe him out.
Yeah, I think he's going for Helm though.
Yeah.
If I'm
so I'm doing the smart play and not going strength items.
Yep. Is that Helm makes it so indeed that like it doesn't buff Deathwood ultimate to do more damage. So that's definitely the correct choice. And oh, Geoman's actually stunning the Ra there, but
imagine to dodge out of the.
Yeah, I mean Ra does not have Helm, but if he did, I think he would have likely
just kept going.
Yeah, like the tower doesn't really hurt that much, right?
Yep.
And the power of Ra in the laning stage is that he can freely spam his Q on the enemy. Which he is doing right now.
He doesn't have a very big health pool, so all he has to do is just keep spamming and get regen.
Yeah. And yeah, because like it requires 15% of your HP to cast, but if you hit the meteor, you heal 10 back. And if you hit an enemy, you heal 5 more back.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you get all your health back if you get hit, basically, right? And if you hit 2 heroes, right, you get like a lot. You
5%.
Heal.
Yeah, you get 5% back. Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
So the genius play is buying Dreamcatcher on Ra, so you heal for a lot more than you damage, basically. I don't know if that's a legitimate strategy. I don't. But it sounds fun to try. Oh, actually, Bubbles might be in a bit of trouble here. He's actually dodging the silence from the Riptide. He's going to be fine. Maybe no, he's not going to be fine because that's a haste rune on the Riptide. Now the runes are actually on the side of the Legion for once. And that means that they're going to get 2 kills. The Riptide not actually having a bottle, but still going for runes means that they actually managed to pick up that kill. That is very important. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Madman is in a little bit of damage. He dodged some of the damage from the Geomancer and the Riptide, also and the Swiftblade, but I don't think they have dust in the top lane.
Oh, so he's just gonna run away. He's just gonna get away with it.
Yeah, so I don't like that.
The
nicest way I can put it. Because I feel like they should be winning a lot harder than they are.
Yeah, especially against the solo Madman, right?
Yeah, because Swiftblade only at 400 GPM right now.
The same as the Madman.
Yeah, exactly. Because Riptide just got 2 kills basically back to back.
And like, sure, I don't think Riptide scales as well as Swiftblade, but still, Riptide's not like he's not gonna be a non-factor if he gets fed. He's still gonna do a lot.
Yeah, and like in this case, it should not be the Vindicator that has to buy this dust, because the Vindicator doesn't have boots yet.
Yeah.
It should be the Swiftblade that buys the dust. Like, yes. You're not gonna be able to get your knuckles like 1 minute earlier maybe, but it means that the Madman cannot play aggressive anymore.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not doing that is not good. He's also not leveling his W, man. Oh.
He's not?
No, he didn't level his W or his E. Like, the W is one of the more powerful abilities of the Swift Blade right now. So...
basically, like, as long as you're not getting casted on, you basically just are invulnerable.
Oh, and look at this. That is potentially some free kills. Plague Rider running in very aggressively. Here's Swift Blade chasing down the Plague Rider. Plague Rider getting ultimated, but the bounces go to the wrong side, and the Plague Rider is trying to survive. But here comes Riptide. Riptide, of course, having so much damage. Geomancer getting locked up by the Riptide. Riptide is not actually able to finish off Geomancer. And the Swift Blade... also without Toxic Claws means that like the enemy almost actually got away there if he was a little bit less faster on the Swift Blade. But yeah, this is Ra just cleaning up the jungle stacks right now. This game is running away from the Helmet side here. Who, by all means, should be like way further ahead right now than they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that Madman should really have been should be shut down a lot more. Even though he's not doing, like, very well right now, but he could be doing a lot worse.
Yeah. So if you have Dust in the Swift Blade and Toxic Claws, even if the Madman queues, I think you can still kill him.
Yeah.
Because, like, he doesn't have boots on Madman. He's not that fast. Why is he surviving this long? Oh, and actually, speaking of surviving that long, I think that is going to be a dead Madman there. So yes, good rotation from the Geomancer. Geomancer being able to, of course, reveal the Madman without having to buy... Oh, actually, in the Deadwood... sorry, in the bottom lane, Deadwood being caught by both Riptide and Pearl. Pearl popping his ultimate to stun the Deadwood there. Deadwood going for... Wait, I'm gonna kill you, but no, he is not actually able to do that. He wanted the Pearl kill. Unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to do that. Actually, I think the Pearl... removed the clear cutting buff from Deadwood. The buff, the E.
Yeah, to slow him, which managed to slow him down. Plus that ult was really good just to like get like a basically like a 1 second stun off of him.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So it's a bit rough right now because the Riptide is on the same GP, but also the Riptide in the later stage of the game, right? Riptide is solo pushing somewhere, like the Q from the Deadwood on top. That means that the Riptide cannot silence him in return. Because the W, the leap, is a movement ability.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you can't use part of his like kit, which is like a pretty core part of his kit, is to be able to jump on people.
And in the mid lane, we see the Ra now applying some pressure. Vindicator kind of being bullied out of the lane. Even the Bubbles kind of getting bullied out of the lane.
Oh, yeah.
And like they are just not getting as much as they should, probably.
Yeah.
In the top lane, they missed the stun on the Geomancer, on the Madman there. And they still don't have dust on either one of them.
No. Well, one day they'll listen.
Like I'm sorry if I'm sounding a bit annoyed, guys, but this is very basic stuff.
Yeah.
These are pro players. They should know this.
They should know that they can get a pick if they just dust them.
Yeah, and it's not like, you know, they're missing the spell, which happens in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
This is like...
Yeah, this is very...
this is like a continuous mistake happening for like 20... Like they killed the Pearl here in their jungle. Well, Ra was actually cleaning up some stacks. But that's a support Pearl that they just finished. While the Ra just walks on out of there because he's too bloody tanky.
600 GPM Ra just runs away. Can't be stopped.
I know, man. Actually, Deadwood taking a little bit of a Raz damage here from the Riptide in the bottom lane. Riptide is honestly... Because Riptide has so much armor, because of that agility, he is quite hard to kill for the... and actually, look at this. Like, Madman here, now taking a lot of harass damage from the Bubbles. But Bubbles does also not have Dust, which means that the Madman is gonna be fine, because Dust does not actually exist. And Madman dodges the Q. And in the meanwhile, in the mid lane, Vindicator dies.
Oh no. Again, it's just the... Yeah,
I told you, right? I told you, and you laughed at me, right? You like, I could hear in your voice. Ah, this Dutch is full of shit. Pro players will know how to buy Dust.
okay, because you know, in my mind, I'm like, you know, dust is like such a good item. You know, and like when I'm playing like an invis hero in mid-wars, everyone like I get dusted constantly, so they're gonna know.
Yeah.
FOC players are better. Apparently not. Apparently they still don't know.
They don't know. They just don't know. And like, you know, people like chat called you 1400. Well, at least he buys stuff, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling on the same topic too much, but for now, Bubbles actually did finish his Steam boots.
I just want to say, basically, chat, a 1400 is knows it buys dust compared to you. So it's all Dutch wanted to say.
Exactly. Moment of self-reflection, I would say. Anyway, Deadwood running into the Plague Rider there, misses his Q, which means that the Plague Rider's gonna be fine. It's not actually gonna get anything there. Meanwhile, Swiftblade cleaning up some stacks in the jungle, because they don't really have anyone else to clean up stacks.
Yep.
And Madman quietly kind of trying to recover, while Ra did not go for a farming heavy build, which I kind of like, right? Ra's just got Shaman's Headrest, got the Black Legion, and is just frontlining.
And that's
applying pressure.
That's what he's supposed to do.
And look at this, right? Swiftblade versus Madman. Madman is not dying. Why? Why is he not dying?
Set him up and
the troll.
real warriors show up.
No.
He's invincible.
Madman just keeps getting away with it.
Oh,
he was there, he was stunned, but he was invis, and he didn't get he just didn't get killed because of that.
Yep. This is like why Shroud is always such a good item, because it makes you invincible. That's what I've
That
heard.
is true. That is true. It's,
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Anyway,
not
for now,
invisible.
Deadwood's in the bottom lane, not really getting much done. I don't think he's used his ultimate a better chance. Sorry, I don't think he has used his ultimate a single time here. And the Ra is just pressuring, killing towers. Swiftblade still does not have his cleaver. I think he needs like 300-400 more. And this was a free farming Swiftblade. Meanwhile, Riptide with no farming tool and no way to clear stacks has 500 GPM. And look at their jungle right now. The Legion jungle.
Oh my god.
That's a stacked jungle.
And looks like Raw's
every camp is triple stack.
Oh yeah, and Raw getting it's like, even if Raw isn't like the greatest at when he's farmed, if he still has like all those like big items, he's still gonna be a menace.
You're gonna be fine if you have like 3 times the items that the enemies have. And in the bottom lane, actually, Deadwood punching the Plague Rider being sent back to the well. Pearl not able to get a counter kill there, but finally Deadwood managing to find a target to ultimate. So well played by Deadwood there. Geomancer and Swiftblade running into the Madman. Neither one of them has managed to locate the side shop. It's just a little bit unfortunate, at least. Bubbles trying to go for the rune here. I think he should be able to get it. That's a DD rune for them. So yeah, they're maybe getting a little bit back here, because Swiftblade does have his cleaver now, right? And Swiftblade with that cleaver can maybe start like farming a little bit more. But like Ra almost has mock here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm looking, and it's like, I think Cleaver is like a good item to get, but it's 60 minutes into the game, and if you look at like Riptide is getting looking at the Riptide's like, gold current, it's like Riptide's getting pretty close to getting like his Geos or something like.
Yeah, and Geo's base is a huge pickup against Swiftblade, right? And at some point, Riptide's just gonna get like Geos and a Basher, and he's just gonna start like face tanking this Swiftblade.
Yeah, Swiftblade's like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna ult, and then he's gonna die.
Also, Swiftblade actually like leveling up his crits instead of his E.
Yeah,
sorry,
especially against Riptide.
Instead of his W, sorry, I mean. Because the W is like really useful to level, while the crits you only want to level once, basically. And Madman, look at this. Madman literally is stealing. They got the dust!
We found it! They found it in the store! We did it!
They did it! The turn is real! I believe they can do this! They located the side shop and they managed to do it. Oh, I am so proud of my boys.
This has never been done before.
They are a little bit late, maybe, but you know,
I'm still proud of them.
it shows that my theory was incorrect. it does actually appear in the shop.
Exactly, it does.
So yeah, that actually is indeed like Madman instantly dying the moment that they pop dust there. While before that point he was just playing aggressive and aggressive and aggressive. And the Madman is on the same farm as the mid player on the enemy side.
Yep, yeah, that.
And so in the top lane, we see Bubbles die instantly to the Ra, but Ra actually getting really quite low. Ra is actually going to fall here, but of course, Ra does come back, but here comes a double punch. That one punch right in the kisser. Humans are stop on top, but Ra is doing so much damage still. Ra is doing enough damage to the enemy, and it means that the enemy is going to fall here. Deadwood goes down. The Bubbles was already dead. The Swimblade goes down before. The Madman comes back in after dying to the dust. And actually, Madman is going through the trees. He's unleashing his inner Sunk Pop. They want this kill on the Geomans, and they're going to get the kill on the Geomans. So the Worm goes down, and that's a CC call.
I mean,